Hey guys, Dante here, and thanks for putting in your information. So I have some really quality content that I want to share with you guys, and the great thing about what I'm going to share is that it can not only work for your gym or personal training business, it can also work for any other business that you may run on the side. So this is basically a model which you can input and plant into other businesses that you may run. So let's get started. So what I'm going to cover today is lead magnets and what they are, and I'm going to give you some examples of lead magnets that you may use for your business, landing pages, and how to create them. Thank God you no longer have to be a developer anymore to create beautiful landing pages. There are a lot of third-party online applications that you can use now that will allow you to create landing pages very, very quickly and very, very cost effective. So instead of paying $200 to $300 for a landing page, you can pay for a monthly subscription and you can make basically unlimited landing pages for your business. And creating a Facebook ad. Like anything, guys, there's a right way to do this and there's definitely a wrong way to do that. So what I want to do is bridge the gap between your learning curve and show you the right way to do this and set it up correctly. So what is a lead magnet? It is basically content or an offer that you are trying to give away to your audience in exchange for their information, depending on what kind of business you're running and what kind of information you may need. It could be a questionnaire that you want them to fill out, or a survey, or it can just be basic information like name and email, or just email address. So a few examples of really good lead magnets, and popular ones of course, would be an ebook. You can give away an ebook in exchange for information. You can put together a downloadable kit, a free consultation or a quote, an educational email series, free samples if you have maybe a physical product that you want to sell, maybe a protein shake that you've partnered with locally or that you may produce yourself. You can give away free samples. We also have free trials and video series, which can be very powerful in changing how you are perceived in the mind of the lead. It's all about trust and authority, guys. That's what it basically comes down to. The more they trust you and the more they perceive you as an authority, the lower the cost of everything's going to be for you, and the easier it is going to be to make the sale. So setting up your landing page. Your landing page is going to be where you send all your traffic from Facebook. So it's going to be where they opt in to get your free information or your ebook or whatever lead magnet that you've established. They're going to come to your landing page here and put in the information that you want as you set up whatever you need for yourself or your sales team, and they move from there through the funnel. Okay, so you can use these applications here. They have there's lead pages. There's also ClickFunnels, Unbounce, and Optimize Press. My two favorites are the top two, lead pages and ClickFunnels. Lead pages is a little bit more rigid, so you're given some text boxes and input fields to put in the information that you want, and you can't really go too far outside of that. But the beautiful thing about lead pages is it's very, very user friendly. So if maybe you're not super great with computers, it's definitely a good way to go. ClickFunnels gives you a little bit more usability, and that's definitely one of the reasons why I like it. And it allows you to create landing pages further down the funnel. So if you want to do upsells and things like that, they have pre-made templates that you can use to go ahead and edit, and that would be for lead pages also. So they basically give you templates and you can edit them and put in your information and do integration. So you can have this integrated with your email client like Infusionsoft or Aweber or MailChimp, whatever that is, and all the leads that come from here would be automatically input into those systems. So an important thing about creating a landing page is split testing. So you're going to want to split test a lot of different things, but you only want to split test one thing at a time. And what I mean by that is you're going to want to set up two landing pages that are identical. And with these programs, you can do that pretty easily. You can create the landing page and then just click a duplicate button, and it'll create the exact same page with all the integrations if you set those up. and it'll duplicate the page. Okay, so what you're going to want to do is split test minute things to see if your conversions go up or down. And this is the best way to maximize your ROI moving forward. And some of the things you can split test would be your headline, so where your headline is, your CTA button. So on here it would be convert. You see the little orange convert button. You may want to change the text to that to go, or you may want to change the color to that. Unfortunately, with lead pages, they don't allow you to change colors of buttons and things like that. But with ClickFunnels, you can, so that's definitely a benefit of ClickFunnels. And you're going to want to change only one thing at a time per test, because if you change too many things at once, you're not going to know what to associate the change with. So if you had a 10% boost in your conversion rates, but you changed your color of your conversion, your CTA button, the text on your CTA button, your headline, and you change the body text, you're not going to know what changed what, and there may be things that are negatively impacting your conversions, but you would never know. So you only want to set up a test for one thing at a time, run the test, see how it does, and then move forward from there. So creating your Facebook ad. There are a few tools you can use when creating your own ads. I'm going to give my recommendations, and you can choose on what you want to use for yourself in your business. So the first option is creating an ad using Facebook's self-serve ad tool. Now this ad tool will get the job done, but it strips away a lot of the features that you may get when you're using a tool like Power Editor. So what they did was they took away a lot of the features that they thought weren't necessary for the general public, and this was just to make it more user-friendly for that audience. So what I typically use is Power Editor. It's a little bit more complex, but once you get the hang of it, it's very easy, and you'll notice that you'll save yourself a lot of time compared to the self-serve ad tool. Another tool that I like to layer on top of that is an add-on. It's a third-party application that goes in tandem with your Facebook account, and that's called Quaya. And Quaya allows you to do a lot of different things regarding split testing different audiences and age demographics and things like that. It just gives you a lot more control of your campaign, because we all have to go to sleep and we want to know that our ad spend is being utilized properly during that time. So what Quaya allows you to do is set up automation rules, and these automation rules can vary depending on what your goals are. But you can set things up like, if you have a cost per lead that you know that you're established at maybe $3, and you never want to go over that $3 ad amount, and you want to try different targeting to see if you can get that cost down, what you can do with Quaya is you can set up an automation rule for, say, a particular ad or an ad set that you have. So for a particular ad set, you want to never go over the lead cost of $3, and you can do this by saying, if I have 100 clicks on my ad and the lead cost exceeds $3, then pause the ad. And that's something that's available to you with Quaya. It's not available to you with things like Power Editor or the self-serve ad tool. So it's definitely worth the investment. I believe it's about $150 a month. So only if you're running really aggressive campaigns, or you really want to get that lead cost down and really want to manage your campaigns, it would be worth the investment. If not, you can just stick to Power Editor and stick to maybe a daily budget. I'm also going to go over a few of these also, so you can see how to create an ad and create the perfect ad, which I explained in the beginning. What you want to do also when you're creating your ad is utilize retargeting. So you can create a custom audience and install a retargeting pixel on your landing page. And if you're using any of those platforms that I mentioned previously, then it's very easy. You just copy and paste the code into the header, and it will place a cookie on all the visitors who visit your website. And what you can do from there is you can deliver specific content to people who have visited those pages. which is very powerful because they're already exposed to you and your brand and your messaging, and you can just send messages to those people who already have some type of established relationship with you. And this is great because, like I said, it comes down to trust and authority. And if you already have that foot in the door of trust and some type of authority, then it's going to be much easier if you try to retarget those people and try to get them to opt in, or try to deliver more content to them to establish an even stronger relationship, or further down the line, down the funnel, try to get the sale. Another thing you're going to want to do is test lookalike audiences. So lookalike audience is Facebook's way of searching their database for people who look like your ideal customer. So what you can do is input your email list of, say, 100 people who have bought from you in the past, or your best 100 customers, and you can put that list in to Facebook, and they will search their database and they will find the top 1% of Facebook users, or whatever percent you want. You can kind of drag the audience size out if you'd like to be bigger, and they'll take that percent and match it and see what they have in common through demographics and psychographics. So demographics would just be like their age and gender and things like that, and psychographics would be more based on their interest, and they will spit out a lookalike audience, and you can target those people. And this is really powerful because if you're targeting your best customers, they will be likely to buy. And I've tested this, and it's been tested by other people, and it works really well, but you're going to have to test it for your own business. So now I want to take you through creating an ad on Facebook. So let's get to it. Okay, so this is Power Editor. This is what I recommend you guys use to create your ads. There's also the self-serve ad tool, but I'm not going to cover that in this tutorial. To get here, you go to facebook.com/ads/manage/Power Editor. And once you get here, you need a page already, a Facebook page, not a personal page, but a business page to begin advertising. And then you got to set up your account, and you'll be able to go here and create your campaigns. So we're going to create one for the 8 Foods campaign, so that's what we'll call it, 8 Foods. And you can choose from a range of different options when you're trying to advertise. And you can do clicks to website, website conversions, and likes and installs, depending on what you're trying to do. We're going to do conversions, so this way we can track the leads that we're getting. And I like to do auction type. Create. And then we go over to our ad set, and we're going to pick 8 Foods, and we're going to name our advert set. So let's see. If we're doing local marketing, you're going to want to target your local market, and in your advert set, you're going to want to name that. But if you're doing more of a national campaign and you don't really care if you're getting local leads or not, then the targeting is going to be different, which I'm going to show you. But in this case, we'll just say we're going to do a local campaign. So let's see, we'll do Irvine, IRV, Irvine. We'll do people ages from 25 to 55, and we'll test males. Okay. So this would be a type of split test that you would set up when you are going through your campaign. So let's drag this up so you guys can see a little better. And you can set up a lifetime budget, so you won't go over this amount. And then you can set a start date and an end date. What I don't like about lifetime budgets is that it's kind of restrictive, and they typically average your days by your budget. So if you are only spending $100 in 10 days, they would spend $10 a day, which can be fine, but I like to have a little bit more control, and they tend to give you less impressions, and I typically don't like them. They are safer if you think that you may not be able to manage your campaign as well as you want to, and you're not able to check on it as much because you also have a business to run, of course. So it depends on what you're trying to do. So let's just say $20 a day for this ad set. And then you go into here in audiences, and this is where the magic happens. Targeting is where the real bang for your buck comes from Facebook, the ability to target. So like I said, I want to target people in Irvine, Irvine, California. That's where I am from. What's up? And then we said 25 through 55. So maybe your gym, you've noticed in your gym that this was the prime age for people who buy your gym. Demographics, there's a bunch of things you can target, and I'm not going to really get into this because I can go a 5-6 hour course on Facebook marketing alone and getting into segmentation and specific interest and doing research and things like that. So I'm not going to get too deep into this. I'm just going to show you the basics for now. And then you go to English, all. There's been some people, some experts in the field who say they get a negative impact from interest or language targeting. It typically curves it in the wrong way because they segment people out that may speak English. But I haven't really experienced that, so that would be at your own discretion. And then we're not going to mess with interest targeting because I guess we could. Let's see, fat loss. Let's see, weight loss. Sure. So this would be a potential audience that you'd be able to target for an ad like this. I'm kind of doing this on the fly. I typically plan these out a lot better. But what you can do is split test everything. So you can see how well this audience is doing. The audience is pretty small, 19,000, and that's going to be pretty normal for what you're doing with local leads compared to if you're doing a national campaign and you're looking for people based off interest. So what I typically like to do is open it up and then narrow it down later. So, but for this campaign, I'm just want to show you an example on how easy it is to create an ad. So we're going to save this for now. And you're going to want to also mess with the placements. So I like to start off with mobile and desktop, but you also need to target each one of these individually. The reason why is that each individual placement, so mobile is cheaper than desktop and right column is cheaper than desktop, but you don't get as high of a click-through rate on right column. You get a really high click-through rate on mobile. So you got to test each one individually because you need to know what's working and what's not working. So for now, I'm just going to do desktop. If I were to create a complete campaign, then I would most likely target each one of these. I don't typically do mobile partner apps, but it's just preference based off my experience. So it really depends on what you're trying to get done. Mobile is great because the traffic is so cheap on Facebook and they convert still. I get a lot of conversions from mobile. So I like to start off with cost per click because you know what you're getting. They're going to spit you out your suggested bid, and you can go anywhere between that range. So on the lower end, you're going to get way less impressions from Facebook, which means you're potentially going to get less clicks. If you go on the higher end, they're going to serve your ad more, but you're going to be paying more also. So it's about playing with the budget and getting it just right. So I'd like to start on the higher end. So we can go at their top at 0.70, so 70 cents a click. Alright, so now we're going to move over to creating our beautiful ad. So we're going to take our 8 Foods campaign, our targeting here, and we'll name our ad ebook. Just an example. Alright, cool. So I'm going to choose my page. Sorry, I got a bunch of clients that I need to hide those from you. And website URL. So for example, I'd use my website, DanteMcClain.com, and the text for the ad. So we're selling an ebook based on fat loss, so we can go something like cut out the foods that are slowing down your results. This ebook will show you actionable steps to get the body you've always dreamed of. Let's put some excitement on there, some stank. Okay, so link description. So this would be under your headline. I haven't created the headline yet, so this DanteMcClain.com is gonna disappear as I start filling all this out. Let's see. Jump start. Let's go lowercase. Start your fat loss with this free ebook. And then your headline, which is the second most important in my opinion. So your image is extremely important because that's what stops people on Facebook to get to notice you. And then from there you have your headline, which draws them in, and then everything else is what I call the bonus. So our headline is going to be learn the 8 foods that are stalling your fat loss. Okay, and then you can have a vanity URL is pretty much what it's like. Your display link, which would be here. It's going to be DanteMcClain.com anyway, so I'm not going to mess with that, but if I wanted to change it to anything, I could do that. And then your image, which is very important. I've already picked out an image, just a dummy image for the ad. I would probably have something more similar to fat loss because your image is good at grab their attention, but it should also tell the story. This doesn't really tell a huge story about fat loss, but for this example, it's fine. And then you can have your CTA, your call to action, and we can do a range of things, but it needs to relate to your ad and what you're trying to get done. So you can use download because we want people to download, so they know when they click they're going to be led to a download page. And it's all about frame of mind, so you're kind of setting the stage to what they're going to get ready to see on the next page. Then it's your conversion pixel. So I don't have a conversion pixel set up, so I can create one. 8 foods, and we're going to be tracking leads, so we're going to go to leads, create a pixel, and they're going to spit out a cool code that I can copy and paste. And so what you're going to do with this code, I'll show you it again, is they're going to give you this code, and what you're going to do is you're going to copy this and you are going to paste it on your success page. So you're going to have a page on your landing page, and then after your landing page, if someone opts in, they should be delivered to your thank you page. And your thank you page, or whatever page that is next, is where this code goes on. So you don't want to put it on your landing page, because that would mean that every time your landing page fired or was loaded, that you would track a conversion, which isn't correct. You want to put it on the page after your landing page, if that's the success page. So it's either a thank you page or a success page, whatever you want to call it, depending on what is actually there. Okay, so that wraps up creating your ad. After that, you would go to upload. You don't see it on my screen. I kind of cut out the top portion, which would be up here. just to keep my account number safe. But you would see download to Power Editor, so which would be a button, and you would click that before you start anything if you have a bunch of campaigns running already, and that drags all the data from any of the campaigns you're running, and then when you're done you would click upload changes, and that would upload all the ads that you just created to Facebook. I'm currently not taking any more coaching clients, but if you'd like me to set up and manage the campaign for you, I have very specific campaigns that I've crafted myself that are converting massive amounts of leads every day. I also have email marketing campaigns that I've crafted that are nurturing leads to buy. I mentioned in my last video that I have clients that I've made an additional $10,000 in recurring revenue last month alone. So, if you'd like me to set up my proven system for your business and take all the guesswork out of getting real results, click the button below to schedule a free consultation with me now.